I hope you're having a great day. So I took a ton of footage yesterday. I think I told you guys to have a great day, and I just didn't find myself having enough time last night to do all the footage. So I'm going to run you through what I did yesterday, and I will put up some of the footage from yesterday, and then I'll run you through what I'm doing today. So yesterday I put all of my proven winners perennials in the ground and watered them in, but it was supposed to rain all day yesterday, and it just kept not raining and not raining and not raining. So I actually got a ton done, and in the afternoon for a couple hours Nate came out and he started helping me, which allowed me to get about 2 more trays in. So I'll take you down these rows and show you, and I'll put up the footage yesterday. So yesterday I got footage of putting all the proven winner stuff in. So I'll put that on right now. So I did some tulip deliveries this morning for a dance recital that's happening. They seemed happy with them, so that was exciting. And now I got back out here, and it is supposed to rain. It rained a lot last night, and it's supposed to rain all day, but I'm gonna go down. I can't drive down, so I filled up my little gorilla cart here, and I'm gonna walk down to that ditch and see if I can't get some of these plants in. But I did forget my camera today, so I apologize. I'm using my phone, but hopefully I can get some footage and take you along with me. Yay, I got that done. So exciting. So let me run through the plants real quick because I think it's gonna pour on me in a minute. All right, so these 4 plants are all winterberry holly, and I have 2 of the berry heavy right here, which is the female plant, and another berry heavy over there. And then this one is the Mr. Poppins. So the Mr. Poppins should pollinate these 3 berry heavies. So then they have those really pretty red berries that people like to use in the winter time. So the Mr. Poppins won't have those berries, but it will make the 3 female plants have the berries. So those are all right here. And then I have my 3 proudberry coral berries. Those put off those pink type of berries, so hopefully they're happy there because I love those when those look so cute in floral arrangements. And then I did 2 Arctic Fire Redwood Dogwood. They're spaced a little bit further apart because they get a lot bigger. But I think that will be just really pretty. The grasses are coming up in this ditch, but not too bad. There's just a few spots where it came up through the cardboard. So maybe I can put another piece of cardboard down and some more mulch and kill it out. But I think that'll just be a nice set of shrubs along this ditch. And I am going to get myself right back up that hill because I do think it's gonna rain in a minute. Okay, so the rain hasn't came yet, so I thought I would get this bleeding heart in the ground. And the cool thing about this bleeding heart is that it actually thrives in full sun. So I thought it would be so pretty down by the Century Farm sign, and if it got the big blooms, of course I'd be cutting it, but if I can see how it does, see if I want more of them, see if I want to do a whole row of them. I really do think they'd be awesome right now because the ones in the shade are blooming right now, and I was like, oh my gosh, to like put those out with the tulips and add a little bit more to the tulips. And look at this, my alliums are starting to come. And then that whole row, I'm starting to see them pop. But I thought that would just be really cute tucked back there. I've just slowly been adding. So I have some allium around it. I have some lilies around it. There are some pink cone flowers. There's some weeds. And then now I have the little bleeding heart that should kind of fill in that area really nice. And I'm just trying to make a little pretty pretty arrangement around the Century Farm sign. Now behind it, I don't put a lot because I cut across that a lot to go down and get the flowers. I haven't mowed this yet. Ignore. But I can't mow that part. I have to weed eat it. So that is a very good candidate for more daffodils or more of something where I only have to do it once or twice a year instead of all summer long. But baby steps. I need to add that to my bulb order, which my calendar reminded me I needed to do yesterday. So I really need to get on my bulb order for next year. If you guys haven't started thinking about that, it's a good time because then you can get your bulbs secured before they all run out. But anyway, I got that done, got it watered in, gave it a little fertilizer. Hopefully it does well in this spot. And there's just a constant display of flowers around the little Century Farm sign, which may in a few years be a heritage farm sign if the farm stays in the family that long. It's getting really close. It might already actually be one. I think I've told you guys that before, but it's pretty exciting. But yay, just getting things done. It's not raining yet. It was supposed to rain all morning and it hasn't rained. So there was just like rain all throughout my app. Some of it said 40%, 50%. The sky has just looked like rain all day. And of course, I'm glad I didn't stay home thinking that it was going to rain because I've gotten a lot done already. It is getting close to noon, but I think I might be able to get a couple more plants in. Here are my little shade bleeding hearts. I'm wondering if they get a little bit too much shade. They're not taking off. This is their third year of being in the ground and they're not very big. So I don't think they're loving their spot. I did give them some fertilizer this year and maybe they're just getting too much shade. The white one's doing a lot better and it gets more sun. So this pink one might be too far back in the corner. I don't know, but it's still pretty. Well, while I was looking at my bleeding hearts and realizing that these ferns needed a ton of shade, I thought I'd go ahead and put them in here. I tried to look up if they go crazy, and it doesn't seem like these proven winners ones do. I read that there are clumping ferns, and there are ferns that spread by rhizome, and those just go crazy. I got the impression that these did not. If they do, I can always take care of it, but they look really pretty right here. Take a look. So I have a couple of little columbine here that are loving life, and then this fern, the crested surf. It's a Japanese fern. Look at the leaves on this though. They're so pretty. They're like purple with a deep green and light. Oh, if I could cut these when they grow and stick them out of arrangements, how pretty would that be? And then over here, I have the Brilliance Autumn Fern. So we'll see how that one. I like the green. Just the green leaves would be really pretty in arrangements if it got big enough. I feel like this is my shade testing area because if these, like if either one of these did well and then had a good vase life and I could use them for foliage, we have so much shade because there are so many oak trees around here that I could do an entire like patch of these ferns and have all the foliage I wanted. How exciting would that be? Okay, now that you've seen all the footage of putting in the proven winners plants from yesterday, I'll show you when I quit doing footage yesterday and just started getting stuff in the ground. So I'll just take you over here and let's talk about this row. So this entire row is planted now. So up here at the very top is Foxglove, and then at the very bottom is all Dianthus. So I got a ton of little seedlings in the ground of Foxglove. It goes for a little bit. And then starts the Dianthus, and it goes all the way to the bottom. And then in this row, I don't remember if I started it another day or maybe I did it all yesterday. I can't remember. But these are all Bells of Ireland. So there's a little space here at the end for Gomphrena. So right here, so from right here where my foot is, just down. That's all the Gomphrena I'm doing this year. I have a lot more plants of it. So maybe I'll sporadically put it around where there's space, but I think that's plenty of space for Gomphrena because it got way ahead of me last year and I couldn't keep it cut. I did at the end of the year cut a bunch of it and dry it, which was really nice. So if I do have helpers this year, maybe I'll wish I had more. And I do have more plants than this is going to be. So maybe I'll just plop them out places and let them be pretty. And then if I need them, I can cut them. Because it seems like one of those plants that it takes a while to get too far gone to cut. So then up this row, I have my Bells of Ireland. And I have more Bells of Ireland in the greenhouse, another tray. So it stops right about here. And then the rest of the row is empty. So got all my Bells of Ireland in the ground and just a little bit left of these rows to do. And then over here, some of this is coming back. This is all my Artemisia. So some of it reseeded itself from last year and just started popping back up in the holes. It's actually everywhere over here. So I took note that Artemisia is something where I really should just plow out a square, put the Artemisia in, and let it reseed itself every year. Same thing with, I think, Cosmos. I think those would be two really good plants to just carve out like little circles or little squares, plant it up with maybe the black landscape fabric, and then take the landscape fabric off and let it reseed itself. And perhaps it would grow just a big patch of it, you know, without getting too weedy, because it does come up really early. So that's in my head for next year. But for now, I just started, so the end of this row is all Cosmos, and then the Artemisia starts, and some of it is just seeds. I just threw seeds in holes because I didn't have enough plants. And then it stops right here where the sign is. So I have the rest of this row to plant. And then the end of that row is Cosmos. And I have the rest of this row to plant. So I think what I'm gonna do today is I'm gonna start up here at the top, and I'm gonna take my Scabiosa as far down as it goes, unless I run into the Cosmos. And I do want, actually I want a section for Amaranth. So I'll probably take it to here, and if I have anything left over, I might move it over to the annual field. So that's what my plan is for this morning, is to get this Scabiosa in. And whew, it's already getting really warm. I'm gonna have to get some shorts at noon. Okay, so now I'm gonna put some Veronicastrum in the ground and see if it'll grow. I didn't have good germination on it, so they do say to fall sow it, but I'm gonna try it now. I think they're smaller than snapdragons. Yay, so I have 2 rows completely done. I have the far row and I have this middle row right here completely done. Like everything has a seed or a plant in it, so that feels awesome. This other row's halfway done, and this row is probably 3/4 of the way done. So getting that field filled in, that feels amazing. I've got a lot of stuff going on in this field. Gonna have to get it planted very soon, but I already have some stuff coming back, like the blue sea holly, the bachelor buttons, my snapdragons are all planted, and my Dianthus are planted. So that's feeling amazing. My alliums are all starting to bloom. I'll take you over there, and my peonies are all budding up. There's a tiny bud there. So this row is getting buds. These look a lot bigger. Woo-hoo-hoo. So exciting. Oh. This one is really big. It's even showing a little bit of color in there. So that's exciting. I don't even know what that is. That looks like a different type than all my others. Oh, look at all the little lupine coming up. Man, my patch from last year is not as big this year, so that makes me a little worried. But if this starts filling in, I think in a couple of years I might have a whole row of lupine if it'll keep coming back. Oh, and look at this. The salvia is getting some buds on it. The pink salvia. Right here. Look at those. Yay. Looks like all my salvia came up. A few dandelions I need to weed out. And the yarrow row is looking very full. Very few holes in it. And I need to start cutting my allium, it looks like. Because they are starting to bloom. And then I have a lot of weeds in here still. The area that I actually like mulched doesn't look horrific. So you can kind of see like in here, this is where I mulched and then planted all the daffodils. And it's weedy, but like not as weedy as out there where I didn't put any mulch. So, I mean, it'll probably just keep getting weedier, but maybe I can come in and weed it one of these days. Look at all these. Somebody at the greenhouse told me that the balls on the allium this year won't be as big as they were the first year, and I see what they mean. A lot of them are looking like they're a lot smaller, but there are so many more of them than last year. So that's exciting. I might be able to have Mother's Day bouquets. Look at the geese. Look at this sky though. It looks like it's really dark and then it's maybe blue beyond the darkness. It is time to go have lunch. So hopefully I can get back out here. I have a lot more trays to plant and seeds to put in the ground, but we will see what happens. It's been supposed to rain all morning. All morning. But has it? No, it hasn't. And it's been very hot and humid. But the sky does look really dark, so we'll see what happens after lunch. And if for any reason it does start raining and I get a Sunday afternoon off, I hope you guys all enjoyed this video. I hope you're having a great day. I hope you hit that subscribe button if you like my content, and I hope I see you in the next one.